Hello, my name is Tony and welcome back to Predicted. In today's episode I'm going to be reviewing my first Gallivant fragrance, and it's my first purchase, and it's London. Stay tuned. Right, first of all, let me start with the presentation. I think the presentation of Gallivant is incredible. I love the rose gold detailing and the writing, and I love the idea behind the brand. I love the idea that you try and picture a popular destination in a fragrance, in a bottle. Let me show you the box. So on the box, on the front, you have the little map, the recognisable map of the River Thames. And on the back, you have a little emblem of Big Ben. There's the top of the box. So that's the sleeve that it comes in. And that is the inside of the box. And then when we open the box, you can see that the fragrance is sticking out the top there, the white lid. Very clean looking, I would say. And I love the bottle is beautiful. I love the simplicity behind it. The white label, and it's almost like, instead of white, it's almost like a grey lid. It's beautiful. If you look in the top there, there's the sleeve that it sits in. And it does actually, if you pull it out far enough, you can show the presentation on the box, so you can have it sat on your shelf looking like that. So how lovely is that? It's beautiful. So let me talk a little bit about the fragrance. On the back of the box it says rain, shine, touch of grit, dash of glam, flowers from the market, Georgian terraces, leather jackets, East End boys, West End girls, and a wicked sense of humour. I love that description. It really does give a picture of what the fragrance is like. So let me run through some of the notes with you. In the top, it's got cucumber and violet. And in the mid, it's got rose de mai and orris root. And in the base, it's got sandalwood, leather, patchouli and cedar. Let me just briefly describe the fragrance to you. So on the opening, I get personally a lot of rose. It is quite a powdery rose, but is unmistakably rose. It is like a really rich pink rose flower that's really ripe and fresh. I also get a lot of violet as well, so it's quite florally in the opening. I get almost like a touch of like a lemon rose, if that makes sense. You know when you get a box of Turkish Delight, you open it, you got the lemon and the rose flavour. I get like a hint of that type of smell to it. Let me take you on a little journey. Imagine walking through a London street with a flower market. So you're walking through that flower market and you come to the rose stall. And you see these big, bright pink rose flowers. Now imagine a wholesale amount of flowers being loaded onto an old wooden ship to be shipped somewhere else into the world. So that wooden dock, the slightly woody smell from the deck, and then mixed with this really bright floral rose and violet. I get a slight, almost urban feel from it. And when I mean urban, I mean imagine walking down a really colourful London street, like you'd get in the Paddington Bear films, with every house that has lots of flowers on display in boxes and on their doorsteps and stuff. So on a bright sunny day. Imagine also setting foot through one of the London parks that's also in bloom, and you're walking through the park, the mix of the trees and the flowers. And when you're walking through this park, you're drinking a cucumber flavoured water. I know that sounds strange, but it's like a very, very faint cucumber smell that comes through slightly when it settles, when the floral notes settle down a little bit. The cucumber and the freshness start to sneak through. So I hope I painted a bit of a picture of what I get from this. Who could wear this? I imagine a trendy female Londoner. Someone that would go into the city wearing a leather jacket, DM boots, and something slightly like a floral dress. That's the type of person I imagine wearing this. To me, it does lean slightly feminine. I think that comes from the rose and the floral notes I get from this. I personally would wear it. I think the leather and the orris add a slight uniqueness that a confident gentleman could get away with. I imagine a confident, trendy Londoner that dresses very well, well-fitted trousers, well-fitted open-collared white shirt, wearing this in the spring and summer months. Now, if you think leather, I personally don't get a lot of leather in this. I've read some reviews. Some people have mentioned it is quite animalic, it's got leathers. There is no animalic to this at all, in my opinion. I think it's a very easy wear. If you are a bit frightened of leather fragrances, I'm not too sure, please don't let that put you off. It just adds this uniqueness to this. The orris and maybe the rose adds this slight sort of powdery, soapy clean freshness. Imagine a really fresh complimentary soap that's been put in a bathroom in a really posh, swanky London hotel. I get a little bit of that from this. Now, the reason we went for this as our first purchase, I buy enough fragrances for myself. Beck smelt this, my wife, and she fell in love with it instantly. We were torn for her between Tel Aviv and London. These to me are the most feminine of the range. So if you're a lady and you like feminine fragrances and you want to pick a couple from the range, they're the two I would recommend to you. I will be definitely making more purchases from Gallivant. Fantastic customer service, really love the branding. So the bottles cost £65 for a 30ml. So in terms of per meal, it doesn't work out obviously the cheapest, but at the £65 range, I think it's affordable for someone that's into their designer fragrances. Yes, you don't get the biggest bottle in the world, but someone with a large collection would welcome this, because I personally love smaller bottles because I never get through them. If this was a 100ml bottle, and let's say they could do that for £150, personally, that would be at the top end of my budget. So, and that may affect whether I buy it or not. So I think it's perfect marketing in these little 30ml bottles, and they look fantastic. If you buy the Discovery set, which is how I got introduced to the Gallivant range, that's £25 delivered. And then if you choose one of their fragrances, they'll knock that £25 off your first fragrance. So that made this bottle £40, which I think is incredible value. And I will definitely be going back for more. So what will be my next purchase from Gallivant? Now, I hope you enjoyed this short review. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, all the usual stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to keep smelling wonderful.